Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Please take care of Vasudev Datta's family affairs. Become his manager and make the proper adjustments. Purport. Vasudev Datta and Shivananda Sen were living in the same neighborhood, which is presently called Kumarhatta or Hali Sahara. Omagyanvibrandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupak Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagalalita Shivishakaanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I'm very happy to be here and very privileged also, because it's a very prestigious place in the entire ISKCON world. And I'm very happy to see that you have Chaitanya Charitamrita class on the weekends in both the temples. And very interesting that so much of emphasis has been given to Chaitanya Charitamrita. Actually, if you really want to understand and relish Bhagavatam, it can only be done under the light of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Without Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is no way that you can understand Bhagavatam. Like when you read some book, you require a reading lamp. So what is the reading lamp which is required to study Srimad Bhagavatam? That is Chaitanya Charitamrita. Because Chaitanya Charitamrita is actually Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna in the mood of Radharani. And Bhagavatam, the Adhisthata Devi of Srimad Bhagavatam, is Srimati Radharani. Like we say, Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiret. So in this verse, there is no Deva for Narayana, but there is Devi for Saraswati. How can it be possible? So that shows that Devim Saraswatim, Devi is not an adjective for Saraswati, but Devi is actually another personality. Who is she? She is Srimati Radharani herself. The word Devim in this verse, Narayan Namaskritya, refers to Srimati Radharani because she is the Adhisthata Devi for entire Srimad Bhagavatam. And who else can describe Bhagavatam other than Srimati Radharani? There are many verses in the Srimad Bhagavatam which can only be described by Srimati Radharani. So that is why Krishna, when he came in the mood of Srimati Radharani, even Krishna cannot describe. Even Krishna cannot explain some verses in the Bhagavatam. Only Srimati Radharani can do. And that is why Krishna comes in the mood of Srimati Radharani, explains Srimad Bhagavatam in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So the tradition is that before we recite Chaitanya Charitamrita, or we give a class or a pravachan on Chaitanya Charitamrita, we chant the Mangalacharan of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. The first 14 verses in the first Lila, that is Adi-lila, first chapter, the first 14 verses, they constitute the Mangalacharan for Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this has to be chanted every time before you start chanting or reciting Chaitanya Charitamrita. Without Mangalacharan, there cannot be any auspicious activity, and there will be a lot of impediments in the auspicious activity. So it is our tradition, it is my habit also, that whenever I read Chaitanya Charitamrita, I make sure that these 14 verses are recited to invoke auspiciousness and also to get the blessings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the Vaishnavas, and also express our surrender, namaskara, so that auspiciousness can prevail. So first I'll recite these 14 verses because it's my habit and also it's a tradition, and then we'll go for it. So you can, those who are having the operate, you can, the first 14 verses of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Madhya-lila, first chapter, first verse onwards. Just recitation. Vande Gurunnisha Bhaktanisham Ishavatarakam Tat Prakasha Tat Shaktihi Krishna Chaitanya Sanjakam Vande Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityanando Sahodito Gaudodaya Pushpavanto Chitro Sando Tamodo Yadadvaitam Brahmo Parishati Tadapyasya Tanubha Yatmantaryaya Purushaha Iti Sosyam Savaivavaha Shadaishwaryai Purno Yeha Bhagavan Sasvayammayam Na Chaitanya Krishna Jagati Paradattvam Paramiha Anarpita Charim Charat Karunayavatirnakkalo Samarpaitam Unnatojjalarasam Svabhakti Shriyam Haripurata Sundara Dutigadamba Sandipitaha Sadarade Kandare Spruhatavasa Chinandana Radha Krishna Pranay Vikritirladini Shaktirasmat Ekatma Namapi Bhuvipradeha Vedam Gatoto Chaitanyakyam Prakatamuduna Tadvayam Chaikyamaptam Radha Bhavaditi Solitam Nomi Krishna Swarupam Sri Radhaya Pranayamahima Kidrisho Vanaiva Swadhyo Yenadbhuta Madrima Kidrisho Vamadiyaha Saukyam Chasya Madanubhavata Kidrisham Meti Lobhat Tadbhavadya Samajani Sachigarva Sindhu Harindu Sankarshana Karno Toishayi Garbhodashayi Chapayodhishayi Sheshascha Kalam Yasyam Shakalas Nitya Nandakyaramam Sharanam Mamastu Mayatite Vyabhavaikuntaloke Purneshware Shri Chaturvyuha Madhye Rupam Yasyodbhati Sankarshanakyam Tam Shri Nityanandaramam Prapadhe Maya Vartajanda Sangashrayangaha Seti Sakshat Karanam Bodhi Madhye Yasekamsha Sripamanaditevas Tam Shri Nityanandaramam Prapadhe Yasyam Shamshah Srilagarbhodashayi Yennabjam Lokasangata Nalam Lokasrashtu Satikadana Dhamatus Tam Shri Nityanandaramam Prapadhe Yasyam Shamshah Paratma Kilanam Pushta Vishnur Bhaditugdhabdishayi Kshaumni Vartati Yatkalasya Pitant Anantas Tam Shri Nityanandaramam Prapadhe Mahavishnu Jagatkarta Mayaya Srijatyadaha Tasyavatare Vayam Advaitachari Ishvaraha Advaitam Harinadvaitad Acharyam Bhakti Samshanat Bhaktavataram Ishantam Advaitacharyam Ashraye Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. So the section in which we are reading in the Chaitanya Charitamrita at present in this temple is the 15th chapter of the Madhya-lila, where it is the description at present is going on is about three personalities. One is about Raghav Pandit, number two is Vasudev Datta, and also there is a mention of Shivananda Sen. So these are the three personalities whom we are going to discuss, starting from the 84th verse onwards. The 83rd verse, which was described last week by Maharaj, talks about Raghav Pandit and how he offered 10 coconuts. Every day he used to offer coconuts. And these coconuts are very sweet. He had coconut trees, plenty of coconut trees in his own house. But he thought, my house coconuts are sweet, but actually, if you go 20 miles beyond this place, those coconuts are more sweeter. So he used to go every day and then go to get those coconuts and offer to Krishna. And sometimes Krishna used to drink that coconut and sometimes used to leave it. Sometimes Krishna used to drink the coconut water Raghu Pandit used to break the coconut, take the cream of the coconut, and then offer it to Krishna. So Krishna used to personally eat in Raghu Pandit's house. Raghu Pandit's house is very close or nearby Panihati, and a very beautiful place on the bank of river Ganga. We have a nice ISKCON temple there in Panihati, where exactly the Panihati festival happened. And just about maybe half a kilometer, about 500 meters from the ISKCON temple, that is a place where you have Raghu Pandit's house. And that house is still there, the same house is still there. And the glory of Raghu Pandit can be understood when we actually go there. So the speciality of Raghu Pandit, which has been described in the 83rd verse, is like this. Yeta boli falafela parachira langhiya aiche pavitra prema seva jagata jiniya. Such service of Raghu Pandit is so wonderful that he did not accept the coconuts but threw them over the wall. Why he threw them over the wall? Because one day he told his servant, why don't you offer these coconuts to Krishna? So these coconuts were taken, tender coconuts, and then they made a hole in it and then offered to Krishna. But he became a little bit late. Then what happened was, this servant, he touched the ceiling of the wall. So when you touch the ceiling of the wall, your hands become contaminated. So the pujaris know this very well. When they have to open the doors for the altar and they are having a plate in the hand, so they just cannot keep the plate and then push the door with their hands and touch the plate with the hand. They are supposed to open the door with the shoulders. Because when you touch anything, then your hands become contaminated. When your hands become contaminated, then you touch the bhoga that is not acceptable. It's not pure. I know it's very difficult for many of our ISKCON devotees to digest it, but those who come from the traditional families in India, who follow strictly the madi and achara, they know it. They're very strict about it, very, very strict about it. But it has a significance, and it has to be followed to the maximum possible extent. On the name of rituals, we just cannot reject madi and acharya. See, the word ritual is actually having a great significance in our daily life, especially regarding the worship of the Lord. What has happened is, on the name of spirituality, Sahajiism makes us understand that ritual should be disregarded. These are all rituals. We should be essence seekers. Why all these rituals? Just love Krishna. But the point is, your love for someone is expressed through the ritual. Through the details you go through the rituals, to how much you are careful about following the rituals. How much you are so much engrossed in details, to be very careful, to be conscious. So rituals make us conscious so that we can become Krishna conscious. We cannot be Krishna conscious without being conscious. So the rituals bring us to the platform of goodness where you are conscious. If you are not conscious, where is Krishna consciousness? So the rituals are an integral aspect of Krishna consciousness. So when you follow the rituals, you become conscious, you come to the level of goodness, and then you chant and dance and do the other activities, chanting the mantras. That helps you in being Krishna conscious. So when you are Krishna conscious, what happens? You love Krishna. When you love Krishna, you want to be very careful in serving Him. Then the rituals becomes more perfect. So there is a tendency among devotees to disregard rituals on the name of, it's all rituals, we are Vaishnavas. These Brahmins are all too much into rituals. We are Vaishnavas. But actually, it cannot be disregarded. It has got its own value. I still remember in my childhood, I used to see my parents and grandparents and others who they are very much ritualistic. So the problem is being in ritualistic. The problem is not in the ritual. So ritualistic means you forget Krishna and only just practice rituals. The problem is in ritualistic. Don't be ritualistic, be Krishna conscious. But Krishna consciousness doesn't mean you disregard rituals. So this is called Madi and Achara. Especially in the cooking. You all say deity worship and cooking and all. Cooking in our house, especially during festivals, was done with wet clothes. Those who cook only have to wear wet clothes and then cook. And they cannot wear any stitched cloth also. Even the ladies. They just put water and then they are with wet clothes and they cook for hundreds of people. Morning 3 o'clock onwards. I'm just giving one example. And when the pujaris, when they have to go from one place after taking bath to the place where to worship, they would have a small achman patra, and then they would just pour water and then chant some mantra and put their feet, and then pour some water, chant some mantra and put their feet. They would not even allow just walk like that. So just see. They're very detailed ritualistic activities where to maintain your purity, to worship Krishna, who is so pure. So they're very elaborate. At least certain things should be followed, that you should not touch the hands to the floor or any other place. Many times we have a cloth which is used to wipe the platform where you cook. And then you touch that, and then again you take the bhoga plate. It is not good. And then using the cloth which is used to clean the floor, same cloth you use to clean the platform. See, these are certain things which it's very important. That is why the training is very much required in the cultural and ritualist activities that maintains your Krishna consciousness. And that is the expression of one's love. So here Raghav Pandit is expressing his love. That how these coconuts are now unfit to be offered to Krishna. So that is why it is said that Ayache Pavitra Prema. Ayache Pavitra Prema. This Pavitra, pure Prema Seva. Pavitra Prema Seva. Prema Seva is one word here. Ayache Pavitra Prema Seva. So here, very interesting point. That is, there is Archan and there is Bhajan. I'm just going to talk some specific points in this particular class. There is Bhajan and there is Archan. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives a very interesting analysis and analysis of both and the distinction between both in the introduction to Bhajan Rahasya. See, Bhajan is just engrossed in chanting the names of Krishna, engrossed in Srimad Bhagavatam. There is no contact with any material things. But Archan is secondary to Bhajan. So Archan means you worship the Lord where you are in touch with material things, but purpose is spiritual, purpose is to worship the deity. So now Archana is accepted only by Lakshmi Narayana. And Krishna, Radha Krishna, they don't accept Archana. Archana is not for Radha Krishna. So that is why Srila Prabhupada many times he says that when we are doing the deity worship, which is Archana, it is Radha Krishna accept it as Lakshmi Narayana. So now when Radha Krishna deities were established and Archana was done to Radha Krishna, Puja was done to Radha Krishna, because Archana means Puja, Radha Krishna don't accept Puja. So then somebody asked Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur that Radha Krishna don't accept Puja. Why are you having Puja for Radha Krishna, Archana for Radha Krishna? Radha Krishna, they only accept Seva. So then Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that what I am doing in the temple, what I am engaging my disciples in the temple, it is not Puja, it is not Archana. He said it is Seva Puja. So what we do is not actually Puja, it is what? Seva Puja. It is Seva Puja. That is why it comes that Prema Seva, Ayache Pavitra. And Pavitrata is required for what? For the Archan. And at the same time there is Prema Seva. Ayache Pavitra Prema Seva Jagata Chinya. In the whole world you don't find. Sometimes what happens when we find something little bit, it's not a big mistake, touching the ceiling of the temple room and then offering the coconuts. What's a big thing? There is one word in Hindi called chalta hai, karduna, chalta hai. So chalta hai. But somehow this chalta hai doesn't work in Krishna consciousness. ये चलता है चलता नहीं है भक्ति में. चलता है. That is a tendency towards sahajism. You should be very, very perfect in the worship of the deities, and that's how you actually express your love. So rituals are one of the important aspects. When you do it consciously, it's an expression of one's love. Now what did he do? He threw. Actually in Jagannath Puri, it so happens that even if there is a slightest contamination, the bhoga which is cooked for 10,000 people will be thrown. There is a system in Jagannath Puri to find out whether the bhoga is pure or contaminated. When they cook all the things, they bring big pots, you know it very well, inside the temple. 752 chula, 752 stoves are there. Then the cooking happens, and huge pots. They all bring, everything is put in front of Jagannath. It is not that you take something, put in the plate and then offer to Jagannath and then mix it. That was only prasad. But in Jagannath Puri you get Mahaprasad, because whatever is offered to the Lord, everything which is cooked should be offered to the Lord, directly serving from the plate which the Lord has eaten, with your hands, not with the spoon. That is called Mahaprasad. That is why in Jagannath Puri, the Pandas, they don't serve with the spoon. They serve with the hand. If you serve with spoon, it is not Mahaprasad. It is, if you serve with hand, that is Mahaprasad. And directly that handi, that mud pot, from that only you should serve. So now they take everything and put, and there the Panda, the Pujari goes. And then what does he do? He takes water in his palms like this, and then he chants some mantras for the offering. And in the palm full of water, he should see the pratibimba of the bimba. That means Jagannath bimba should be seen. If it's not seen, then he just puts it and takes it out. Like that many times have happened. And they take the entire thing, all the 10,000 people cook prasadam, and they dig in the southeast corner of the temple, and they dig and put all the pots and bury them. Again cooking starts. Now you understand how it is. That's what it is. No, you say, oh, you're wasting food. No, you're wasting your consciousness. It is not food, it is consciousness. So the materialistic people just cannot have any idea. Oh, you're wasting food. You're wasting food. Actually, you're wasting your consciousness. They don't know that. They're wasting their consciousness. Actually, food is not food. Food is consciousness. It is Chaitanya. And if there is any contamination, you cannot offer it. That's the thing. Annamayam hi som manaha. So that's there's a big science behind it. And very difficult for those who are contaminated with materialistic ideology regarding spirituality, that it's very difficult to understand all these things. Why did you throw? You should have given to some beggar and all. Somebody would think, why you should throw these things? Why you should have given to some beggar? Actually, there is a bigger sin to give something which is not offered to Krishna. Throwing is a sin, okay, giving something which is not offered to Krishna as a charity, so that's bigger sin. So it's too transcendental for many of the devotees also to understand these things. Yes, go further. Okay, tabe narikela sanskara karila. Narikela sanskara karila means sanskara karila means he chipped it, new coconuts were brought. Parama pavitra kari. Parama pavitra kari means he was so attentive that he said, no servant, no, I'll only do that, like Yashoda. Now here, Raghav Pandit, why is he doing that? Why is he so attentive in doing that? For that, we should understand who is Raghav Pandit. Raghava Pandit in Krishna Lila, he is a Dhanishta Saki. Dhanishta Saki, very, very important Saki for all of us. Dhanishta Saki. Who is Dhanishta Saki? Very attentive in offering to Krishna and offering the remnants of Krishna to Srimati Radharani. So she is a Saki of Srimati Radharani who assists Srimati Radharani in cooking. Yes, assists Radharani in her cooking. And it is she who takes the cooking which Radharani has done to Yashoda. And in front of Yashoda, she goes, and when Yashoda is serving Krishna, she is actually giving all the items to Yashoda. Yashoda is serving Krishna. And after Krishna and all the cowherd boys are eaten, whatever remnants are there, with great attention, Dhanishta Saki brings, with great love and attention, offers to Srimati Radharani. So that's her great seva. So she is an assistant of Srimati Radharani as well as Yashodamai in Krishna Lila. So we should know Gaurangeras Nijagane are all, who are Gauranga Mahaprabhus, they are all Nitya Siddha Karimani. Gaurangera Gana, who are they? Nitya Siddha Karimani. They are all associates of Krishna. They appear when Krishna appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the associates of Krishna also appeared as associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there is a very interesting connection between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Lila and Krishna Lila. They are non-different from each other. Anybody who discriminates between them will definitely go to hell. That is what Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur says. To the extent your mind is engrossed in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, to that extent your mind will be engrossed in Krishna Leela. To that extent you get the mercy of Chaitanya, to that extent you enter into Vraja. So there is no way that you can enter into Vraja without understanding, without getting the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Chaitanya Leela. So, one of the three personalities which we are going to discuss today, that is Shivananda Sen. He is a son, Kavi Karanapur, is a person who wrote Gaur Ganude Deepika. In that he talks about who are in the Krishna Lila and who are they in the Chaitanya Lila. And then it comes that he is a Dhanishta Saki. So this Dhanishta Saki is a very, very exalted personality and very important personality who bridges Vatsalya Leela with the Madhurya Leela. Actually, all the pastimes Krishna which he does in Vrindavan, it is only for the purpose of experiencing Radharani's love, and that is only for the purpose of Madhurya Leela. Other rasas, Vatsalya Rasa, and we have this Sakhya Rasa, and we have this Dasya Rasa, even Shanta Rasa. They cannot be complete without Madhurya Rasa. Like for example, every mother would like to feed the child, isn't it? She would not like others to come and feed the child. So Yashoda has the same feeling. I only want to feed Krishna. But in spite of that, she asks Radharani to come and cook. Just see. Because of her affection for Krishna, she thought, oh, Radharani has got that, got the bhagya, blessing of Durvasa, that anybody eats from her hands, then that boy will be very healthy and will be great Chiranjeevi. So Yashoda understood this thing, and then she told Radhe, why don't you come and cook? She was requesting, begging Kirtida Sundari, after getting married, Kutila, Jatila, send Radharani every day, cook for Krishna. So Radharani is to personally come and cook for Krishna every day along with Dhanishta Saki, and that Dhanishta Saki has come as Raghav Pandit. So there also Bhoga offering is there. Here also Bhoga offering is there. So that's how externally on top you will find the flow of Chaitanya Leela going on and internally what is going on? The flow of Krishna Leela is going on. So the same point I spoke in Soho temple last week. It was last Saturday or something. Yeah, Saturday. So the same point was spoken because Chaitanya Leela is going on there also. So there is a connection. How it can be understood? it can be understood by imagine the river is flowing. Especially when the river joins the sea, which is known as the mouth of the river. At that time, the currents are very strange. The surface water flows towards the sea, but just if you go maybe a couple of meters down in the river, there is undercurrent which is coming from the sea. So one current will be top in one direction, there will be another current down. Yes, yeah, it is like that. Those who, I was in marine engineering, I was in merchant navy, so I know this very well. It's very difficult sometimes to navigate in those, if you go to Sundarbans where Ganga meets the ocean, very strange flow is there. And sometimes the river becomes two halves. One side of the river is flow in one direction, other side in another direction. So it's like that. In the same way, Krishna-lila and Chaitanya-lila are like that. Chaitanya-lila is on top, flowing in as Chaitanya-lila. But inside what is happening is Krishna-lila going on. It can be very well nicely understood when Krishna, as Chaitanya, is going to South India tour from Jagannath Puri. Krishna, 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 He, Krishna, 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 He, Krishna Kesha, Krishna Kesha, Krishna Kesha, Krishna Kesha, Pahimam, Rama Raghava, going on in ecstasy, like a Matta Simha, dancing in ecstasy. Chaitanya was not conscious about himself, he's just dancing, tears are rolling through his eyes, and then crying in separation from Krishna. So now everybody is seeing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is crying in separation from Krishna, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is preaching Krishna consciousness, giving the holy name to everyone. This is what externally is seen. But internally what is happening? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna in the mood of Radharani, and Radharani is crying in separation from Krishna. And now when Radharani is crying, who will come and pacify her? It is Vishakha Sakhi who comes and pacifies her. And who is Vishakha Sakhi? Ramananda Rai. So externally it is Chaitanya Ramananda Samvad. Ramananda Rai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made Ramananda Rai to manifest. He made the entire world know the Prayojana Tattva from the mouth of Ramananda Rai. But internally what is happening? It is Srimati Radharani crying in separation from Krishna, and Lalita Vishakha Sakhi, she is singing beautiful songs and pacifying Radharani. Radha, wait, Krishna is going to come. Wait, and she is pacifying. So externally it is Chaitanya-lila, but internally what it is Krishna-lila. So here what is happening? Raghav Pandit is being described here. Prema Seva. What is that Prema Seva? That is Prema Seva in Krishna-lila is what? It is taking the bhoga cooked by Srimati Radharani. Radharani is very shy to go in front of Krishna because Yashoda is there, isn't it? She should show all her shyness. In that morning time, there is no direct meeting, there is no direct talking. So, with great love, Srimati Radharani is cooked, and Dhanistha Shaki, she understands the mood of Radharani and takes the bhogas cooked by Radharani, and then very carefully she goes. And Yashoda comes, I want to serve. Yashoda serves Krishna, but she is there in front of Krishna serving the bhoga cooked by Srimati Radharani. And then just Radharani is waiting for Dhanishta to come. Hi? She said, bring the prasad of Krishna, isn't it? She brings that. Of course, there are so many other pastimes with Dhanishta Sakhi, conversations with Radharani and all these things. It's a very huge and a very wonderful subject matter to deep dive into because she is a Sakhi for Radharani as well as Yashoda. So the feeding pastime happens, and that is what here also Dhanishta Sakhi in the mood of Raghav Pandit in the mood of Dhanishta Sakhi. He's also doing the same thing with great attention. So let us go further. In the 85th verse, 86th verse, Yei mata kala amra naranga kanthala yaha dure grame suniyache bhala. Wherever Ragar Pandit used to hear that this is place you get the best mangoes, used to get. This is the place you get the best of the oranges. Oh, let us get oranges from here. So that's what it is. That was the mood of Raghav Pandit. Many devotees have this thing when they travel abroad, travel to many other different places. You get the best mangoes here. Let them get the best mangoes for the deities here. So this is the mood. In this way, from distant villages, he used to collect excellent bananas, mangoes, oranges, jackfruits, and whatever other first-class fruits he has heard about. So I don't know what grows in UK. So the devotees also have the same mood. Let us get the mangoes. Yesterday somebody offered mangoes to me. It was written that honey mango from Pakistan. So, mangoes in December. You also get mangoes in December. Mangoes now it's already August now. Mango season is over. In India, mango season is over. In May, June, it's over. Now August also you get mangoes here. I think Krishna enjoys all the fruits. All the seasons are present here. All the fruits are present here. Actually, seasonal fruit should be offered. Now here, no seasons. What is there? All seasons are there. No season means all season, isn't it? Offer anything, everything comes in. So, very happy. Hey, Matakala, get the best and then offer to Krishna. And that's actually devotional service. When you go to the market to buy things, you should see which is the best and then purchase it. So you may say, I don't have the money to purchase the best. Don't worry about it. If you have gone to purchase 1 dozen mangoes and you find the best mangoes, 1 dozen mangoes are very expensive, buy only 1 mango. No problem. It is not the quantity, it is the quality. Be very careful about the quality. So it's not that you need to offer so many things to Krishna, but you should offer the best things to Krishna. It may be just 1 pinch. Like I always tell in our temple that they will say, Prabhuji, if you want to have a big feast, okay, fine, what are you going to make? We say, we want to make paneer, we want to do that, and this, they make a big list. I always tell that okay, nice, you want to have a big feast to please Krishna and devotees, but what about the purity? Where are you getting the paneer from? Is it from desi cow milk? Is it from desi cow milk or the chemical thing is available? No, this pure desi cow milk paneer is very expensive, so we are going for the cheap, stupid thing. Then I told, why? It is not the quantity. Then reduce all your menu, make only 1 item. No problem. Make khichdi. But use pure ghee in that. Isn't it? So that's intelligence. What is better? 1 liter poison or 1 drop of nectar? That's more important. Purity is important. It is not the quantity. It is the quality. That defines your love for someone. You may give a big gift, but it's not so wonderful. What is the use of it? But if you give a small piece of Mahaprasad, one small peda, which is nice, that's enough. So the quality is more important than just the quantity itself. Now, going further, 87th verse. Bahumulya diyani kariyayatana Pavitra sanskarakari kare nivedan. All these fruits were collected from distant places and brought at high price. After trimming them with great care and purity, Raghava Pandit offered to the deity. Yeimata Vyanjanera Saka Mula Phala. All the cooking, whatever was done, the vegetables, the radishes he used, the fruits, chipped rice, powdered rice, and sweetmeats, everything was so pure and so nicely cooked. Yeimato vittapana khira odhana. He used to make cakes, sweet rice, condensed milk, that is rabdi, and everything else was done with great attention. So cooking is actually 70% of Vaishnava culture. 70% to cook, how to serve, even how to eat. People, they have no idea how to eat also, what to speak of cooking. They don't have any idea. Yes, anything important, eat, go on eating. So they don't know how to eat. Especially, I am from South India. I took one yatra of few devotees, and then I went to Udupi. And then I had a great desire to feed all of them with nice, wonderful prasadam. And then I told the cook, you make our typical traditional item very nice, and then make it. Bichara, that cook, he was so excited, he made more than 20 items. And then nice big banana leaves were kept. Everybody, 20 devotees were there, many of them are brahmacharis also. And then I personally served them, he also served. They don't allow others to serve because they don't know how to serve. You should know how to serve. So each one, and they saw rice came, rasam came, sambar came. And they saw all devotees, they don't know how to eat. So what they did was, they just put rice and put everything and made a khichdi out of it and eating it. And they were shocked, what is happening? We made all the 6 rasas and they made a khichdi out of it and eating. And I had no idea how to eat also, what to speak of cooking them. So one should know, had so much of attention should go in cooking. So much attention go in serving, you should know how to serve. Unfortunately, the culture of cooking, serving and distributing is how we are so far from what it should be. We're not even talking about what is minimum should be. Generally, you just put, 10 items, put on the table, and then everybody is standing in a line like bhikaris holding the plate. So horrible it is, isn't it? Okay, fine, festival time it's fine, but what about normal days also? You do the same thing. It's not so good. You need to have some sensitivity, because what you are giving is not some charity. Let's stand in a line, Hare Krishna bolo, rice bhi milega, and all these things. What is... we see certain things happening like that in the temple. But it's prasad. It is actually consciousness. It's Krishna consciousness. Prasadam is Krishna consciousness. And we see that many photographs during Srila Prabhupada's time, I saw devotees were sitting in line and they were being served. And in spite of, even in my temple, I told so many times, but still they do the same thing, what I can do. But it's my job to go on telling what it should be, people to accept or not to accept. You should know how to serve and how to eat, and everybody sits together and eat. And then all of a sudden you finish your eating, leave. It's not good. The moment, for example, 10 devotees are sitting, and some sannyasi is sitting, even anybody is sitting rather, if you leave, because you have finished your food, if you leave, you know what is it? All the other leaves, all the other plates, whatever is there, they are still eating, that is considered to be your uchishta, your eminence. Yeah, this is what it is. So you should be careful. Everybody should live together. Or when the senior most person in the pankti, in the line, they leave, then you should leave. Then you should get up. Not because you just ate and went. It's so animalistic. And you may say it is all prasad, it is, I got some urgent seva, but it's not. It is being unconscious. So again, reiterating the same point, these rituals, these cultural aspects make us conscious, and without being conscious, you cannot be Krishna conscious. First be conscious, and that makes you Krishna conscious. And so these are the points which thought of letting you know. Then Kashandi, 90th verse. Raghav Pandit also offered varied kind of pickles. Please don't mind. I'm a ritualistic Brahmin, what I can do. So, regarding food, Raghav Pandit means the bhogas. The bhogas which is prepared by Raghav Pandit, and especially his sister Damayanti. If you go to the Raghav Pandit house even today, the list of all the items is mentioned. Even you cannot even pronounce the names of the items, what to speak of cooking that. Pronounce. So let us go to Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya-lila 10th chapter. Madhya-lila 10th chapter. So 10th chapter, we'll go from the 6th verse onwards. It is a symptom of real affection that one breaks the order of the Supreme Lord, not caring the regulative principle to associate with him. So what happened was, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Nityananda to stay in Bengal. But Nityananda did not obey the orders of Chaitanya, and he came back to meet him. So in this way, it is described about Raghav Pandit. So let's see. Raghav Pandit 13th verse onwards. Raghav Pandit came with full bag, food prepared with nice items to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and those items were cooked by Damayanti. Damayanti is also in Krishna-lila, assisting our Dhanishta Saki, Damayanti, and she is a sister of Raghav Pandit, and she cooks. And when devotees from Bengal used to go to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Damayanti used to cook huge quantities and then pack them in bags, huge bags. Sometimes she found there's a small bag, another small bag. What she used to do is, small bag putting all these items will break. She used to cut one bag and cut the two bags and make it into one bag. And that is known as a Raghavera Joli. Raghavera Joli. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when they went and offered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you know what was done? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to tell Govinda, keep it in a separate room. I'll eat for the whole year. Whole year Mahaprabhu used to take and eat. So that is the fortune which Damayanti had, that is the fortune which Raghav Pandit had. It is described 14th verse in the 10th chapter Madhya-lila. Nana apurva bhaksha dravya prabhu yogya bhoga. Prabhura yogya bhoga. It is very befitting to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is suitable for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should know what is suitable for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of course, forgive me, you may offer pizza, burger, all these things. It is suitable for you, may not be for Chaitanya, I don't know. But the point is, what is suitable for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described here. Nana Vatseraka Prabhu Yaha Karehu Upayoga. So Lord ate Vatseraka means for one, Vatsar means 1 year. For a whole 1 year, Prabhu Yaha Karehu Upayoga. Sannyasi is not supposed to hoard things. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to hoard the prasad offered by Damayanti and keep for 1 year and then take little. I go in and get that one packet and eat something. Whole 1 year. What were they? So let's see if at all you can pronounce these names. You forget about making these items. Ambra Kashandi, Adhya Kashandi, Jala Kashandi, Nama. So these are the different names of different pickles. So first, what is described is about pickles. Many of the Westerners may not like the pickles, but of South Indian, we are living in pickles only. I always, whenever I carry one dabba of one bottle of pickle and one bottle of ghee, so that whenever I go anywhere, at least something can go inside. Sometimes people think less spicy or more spicy. It is appropriate spicy. Spicing should be appropriate, not more or less. Always everything should be appropriate. That is goodness. Many times people think boiled vegetable means goodness. It is tamas, it is not goodness. It's not, because there is no spice in that. How can you eat? And it is actually a mode of ignorance. So anyhow, I don't want to talk much about food, but the point is you should know that everything should be appropriate spicing. And if somebody doesn't know cooking, Srila Prabhupada said that he is lazy, isn't it? Okay, at least you don't know cooking, at least you know how to eat at least, isn't it? That should be known. Anyhow, so many things. Ambra, everywhere. Mango, from one mango, not even ripe mango, it is unripe mango, you can make more than 500 items. Just with ripe, 500 items can be made. And that was a speciality which our grandmothers had, our mothers had. But now these days they cannot even make one item. What do you make out of it? What is there? Get some tomatoes, get some cucumber, put inside two bread and then okay, eat. Get some cheese and then put it and eat. ये चीज क्या चीज होती है मालूम नहीं है. ठीक है. What is that? We don't know. It is a strange. It's something strange. We heard about Navaneet. What is this cheese? We don't know. Anyhow, going further, Damayanti also made dried bitter vegetables into powder. Sukta boli ajna na kare chitte. Then don't think it is bitter. It is very good for you. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu derived more happiness from eating the sukta, which is bitter, than drinking panchamrita. You're offering panchamrita, pouring ghee, but it is butter oil. It's not real ghee actually. And you put milk and all these things. Oh, Krishna is so happy, but he is happy with Damayanti's bitter food. The bitter food, which is made up of sukta. Sukta is made up of many items, especially Karela, bitter gourd. And this bitter gourd is so tasty for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu than the Panchamrita. So the list is given in this particular section. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went on. Damayanti's affection for him. He accepted Damayanti's affection for him, and therefore he derived great pleasure even from the dried bitter leaves of sukta and kashandi, that is sour things. Manushya buddhi Damayanti kare prabhura pai. So what was her nature? Her natural love for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so much that Damayanti considered Chaitanya as an ordinary person. Why? Hey, what all I have cooked, it may cause indigestion. So for good digestion, I have to give some thing which is going to help him in digestion. He would become sick by overeating because my food is so tasty. So sometimes when you go to some traditional houses where Gujaratis houses where the old people there, they make so many items. Gujarati thali, so many items. They would say, oh, very difficult. What? Then the old grandmother would say, don't worry, I got some medicine for you also. You'll digest everything. So it's Manushya buddhi. So Damayanti thought, oh, Chaitanya is... Actually, when you have Vatsalya, the knowing that your son is God, then very difficult to express that Vatsalya. So Damayanti's Vatsalya was so much that Manushya buddhi Damayanti kare prabhura praya guru bhojana udare kabu ama haya. So he may become, some mucus will be there, so she made the medicines also. So food contains all these things. The Lord was so happy with the Damayanti's love. And Damayanti made all these things for... Why she made all these things? She made all these things on the order of Raghava Pandit. So let us go further, and we have to talk something about Vasudeva Datta also. Let us go further in this particular section. That is the 15th chapter where we are reading about Raghava Pandit. Now, what happened? Sorry. This is Madhya-lila, 15th chapter. Text number, So he offered many pickles, 90th and 91st. This Raghava Pandit serves the Lord in an incomparable way. 91st verse, Madhya-lila, 15th chapter, 91st verse. Everyone is very much satisfied just to see him. Just by looking at Raghava Pandit, everybody was so happy. Etabali Raghava koi lalingan. And now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually doing vidai, means he is actually sending off, seeing off all the devotees. They had to go back to Bengal. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said all these things to everyone. They glorified Raghava Pandit in front of everyone. Immediately he bid farewell to the devotees, and especially he embraced Raghava Pandit. Then he looked at Shivananda Sen. Shivananda Sen kahe kariya saman Vasudeva Datta tumi kariya samadhan. So this is the story between the conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shivananda Sen. Now, who is Shivananda Sen in Krishna Lila? We should know that Shivananda Sen, he is a very great Vaishnava. In Gaur Ganedhyashtipika, it is described that Pura Vrindavane Viradyuti Sarvashahacha Gopika. Veera Gopi, she became Shivananda Sen. Veera. And previously, Niyama Krishna Nikhatane Sedhani Jako Mana Janaka Mana Mama. See, Kavi Kurunapur says, my father, Veera Gopi appeared as my father, who is Shivananda Sen. And what is the duty of this Veera Gopi? Her job is to bring all the gopis together. Her seva is bring all the gopis together to serve Krishna. Like when you want to do some seva, one devotee is there, one devotee is there, the temple commander says, hey, Saurabh, come, we have to do something very important. So, getting all devotees together so that they can meet Krishna, all the gopis together to meet Krishna. What is Shivananda seva? To get all the devotees together and take a yatra to meet Chaitanya. Now you are able to understand how it is. So Krishna Lila is down, underground, and there is Chaitanya Lila which is flowing. So this is the nature of Shivananda Sen. Of course, Shivananda Sen, being a manager, Mahaprabhu, he was very strict on him. He said, make sure even a dog is taken care. And here, he is talking to Shivananda Sen, take care of Vasudeva Datta. See, this Vasudeva Datta, he's a grahastha, but he just doesn't bother about his own wife and children. He's not bothered about, he's spending everything in Krishna Sevas. Vasudeva Datta is very liberal. Whatever income he earns, 94th verse, Parama udare ho, yehi dina, yehi ase, sehi dina vyaya kare, nahi kare sesha. Grahasthas are supposed to save money. They just cannot live like Babaji, isn't it? We have to have some security, put some bank deposit. Not too much, But how much is very difficult to find out. So one devotee, he came and told me, Prabhuji, now I'm fed up with my life. I told, okay, now I know you're done with your life. Why don't you travel with me? Just give me 2-3 years. 2-3 years, I'm with you. I'll just travel with you, Prabhuji. Now, why? Within 2-3 years now, I want to just make around 4-5 crore rupees and put it in the bank, and I'll be happy. And I'll be secure. I'll secure my life, and then just with you only. Only Krishna consciousness, nothing else. So I told, okay. Then we had a discussion for half an hour, and he's about to leave. Then I told, do you remember your promise? Ha, Prabhuji. Just 7-8 years. I'll earn 8-10 crore rupees and then everything will be fine. Within half an hour changed, huh? What is 4-5 crore rupees? 8-10 crore rupees. So, it's just mine. Within half an hour, all the statistics changed. So Paramodareya, he says in a vyahana kare, nahi rakhe se. He doesn't keep anything for himself, for his future. Grahastha's duty, Grahastha, yahan chahe, sanchay. He should do sanchay. Sanchay na kaila, kutumba bharana nai hoy. If you don't do sanchay, if you don't have some security deposit and bank deposit, in mutual fund or FD and all these things should be there, then only you can run your grahastha ashrama. Otherwise your wife will be always in fear and she'll give fear to you, and it's a big thing, isn't it? So it's very difficult. Yahara graha aaye vyaya sabha tumhara sthane. This is what today's verse is, that now Vasudeva Datta's responsibility, household responsibility is yours. He's telling to whom? He's telling to Shivananda Sen. And who is this Vasudeva Datta? Vasudeva Datta is also a very great personality who was a great singer in Krishna Lila. Vasudeva Datta and Mukunda Datta, both were actually great singers, great Gandharvas in the pastimes of Krishna. And this Vasudeva, the one who is singing, he is not bothered about anything, isn't it? One who is engrossed in singing, he is just not interested in anything. How much money came, how much money went. That is why those artists, they never make money. They make money and then lose all the money. It is seen even now also. Those are very artistic. A lot of money comes, they don't know how to manage money because they are too much into singing, too much into emotions, and they don't know calculations. So this is what is with Vasudetta. He's actually a great singer in Krishna Lila, and he made sure that Krishna is very much pleased by the singing of Vasudeva Datta. And we know the compassion of Vasudeva Datta. We heard a lot about the compassion. What was his nature? That he thought that the whole world should be delivered. And I accept the sin of all the people in this world. That was the nature of Vasudeva Datta. Vrajesito gayako yo madhukanta madhuvrato madhukanta madhuvrato mukunda vasudevato datto gauranga gayako. So in this way, two, Madhukanta and Madhuvrata, they appeared as Mukunda and Vasudeva Datta. Vasudeva Datta is Madhuvrata. Madhuvrata came as Vasudeva Datta. He is Madhuvrata. He is always engrossed in giving Madhu. His voice was so sweet. And in this way, he is not bothered about what's going to happen in future in his life. So that kind of Vasudeva Datta. Then if you are totally engrossed in singing for Krishna, and you're not bothered about what's happening, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is bothered about you. Chaitanya takes care of you. He instructs his devotees, take care of such people who are not bothered about their own family, their own life. They're only constantly singing about me. So that's the glory of Vasudeva. They're only singing and glowing and preaching. And Krishna takes care. When one devotee asked Prabhupada, and he told that you go to Russia and preach or someplace, then Srila Prabhupada said, then he told Prabhupada, where will I get prasadam? Then Srila Prabhupada said, if you are preaching Krishna consciousness, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will supply you prasadam. So you're constantly glorifying Krishna, everything will be taken care. So that's what is about Vasudeva Datta. We stop here. Thank you very much. Saturdays I'm supposed to stop at 8:45. I have more. Sorry for the offense. Hare Krishna. Stop here. Any questions? Yeah.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for the class. I just had a question about the chalta hai attitude. So, like, on a realist, like one is the being as meticulous as possible, and then the other is the realistic constraints that we have on a day-to-day basis. So, like, if a devotee has services, so for example, let's say that I'm serving prasadam, and like, you know, when you're clearing the maha, we know that the maha, every drop, every crumb is important. But on a realistic basis, if I try gathering every single crumb, it's going to take me 2-3 hours. And then I'll miss my other services. Similarly with temple cleaning, like we have time constraints, so then how do we be realistic about this?
Yeah. There is on the name of practicality, compromising is not good. But at the same time, you should be practical. Achintya beda ved tattva here. So let's be practical, Prabhu. Let's forget. It's not that. We are supposed to do it, but we are not able to do repentance. If that mood is there, that will improve you in bringing practicality and the theory closer to each other. The mood of repentance is there. If it is not there, then the more you become the gap between the practicality and the theory. So the prayasa means the endeavor to bring them closer together. That will be that is called bhakti. If you try to shift on one side, sahajism, other side is ritualism. Trying to bring both of them together is samanvaya, that is devotion. Okay? Okay, we stop here. Yes.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much for your class. With your permission, I've got 2 questions, if that's okay. The first question is about when you first started the class, you mentioned that the Chaitanya Charitamrita will help us access the Bhagavatam. It's like a lamp. But generally, I've understood that most devotees read the Bhagavatam first, then they move on to the CC. So how do we understand these two together?
Yeah, reading you can do once like that, but we are not interested in reading, we are interested in studying. So if you want to really study, then you should come back. After reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, then Bhagavatam will be more. See, reading means what? Okay, just go on reading. But it is not reading, it is actually studying. So the intricacies of Bhagavatam verses can be understood only when you do the Chaitanya Charitamrita. In the Bhagavatam, there is Rasa Tattva. Rasa and Tattva, Rasa Tattva. The Tattva aspect is revealed by Sandarbhas. The Rasa aspect is revealed through Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yeah. So when I'm talking about studying Srimad Bhagavatam, you can read it in the first 2 years of your Krishna consciousness, you would have read everything. I'm talking about after that, what you do. You say, Bhagavatam over, then you are over. Bhagavatam can never be over. So I'm talking about devotees who are already spent 2 or 3 years in their Krishna consciousness, and then they have done their once reading of, at least you'll get to know something is there. Oh, some Dhurumara story is there, oh, Prahlad story is there, okay, Pingala story is there, oh, Priyavrata story is there. You have some idea. But after that, what happens is your study. And for that study, you require the Sandarbhas, and you require Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Thank you. And my second question is about, do you have some advice if you're in the habit of judging people for not following the rules and regulations, the standards, the rituals, and they may have more heart, they may have more love for Krishna? How do you balance the two, especially if you're falling in the trap of judging others for not following certain standards?
Close your eyes and chant Hare Krishna. That's what I do. So I should avoid offenses, isn't it? Because they are doing something or other. But at the same time, when we are sitting in a Bhagavatam class, we are mature devotees, so we need to talk about it. That's the reason I talk. I don't talk about these things personally to anybody who is new, and then talk in a Bhagavatam class so that it is wherever possible we can improve on the things, isn't it? That's what I do. I clasp my hands and chant Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, Jai, Chalo. That's what.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There's so many rituals you have to follow. I'm just wondering, how is it possible in the real world to follow all those rituals? I think it's only pointing to brahmacharis, really. Because I think if you offer with love from your heart, a bit like when, is it Vidur's wife offer banana peel to Krishna? He received it with his whole heart and enjoyed it, and it was the sweetest, sweeter than banana.
Yeah.
So I just wondered how it works for us, laymen, you know.
Yes, that's true. That's applicable for Vidurani. But if you're like Vidurani, you'll be most happiest person. Like somebody said, just chant and be happy, isn't it? Chant and be happy. I'll be most happiest person in the planet to see somebody chant and be happy. He doesn't require a job, he doesn't require family, he doesn't require anything, just chant and be happy. He's happy just by chanting. So somebody who's on the platform of Haridas Thakur, Sandhya Vandanam Madramastu Bhavato. Oh, Sandhya Vandanam, I pay my obeisances to, I cannot do anything in him. Oh, Bhosnanam, 3 times bath, I cannot take any more. 3 times bath. Because my mind is totally engrossed in thinking of Radha Krishna pastimes. So who has the right to do that? Who can say that? Whose mind is like that? You go to houses in UK, how beautiful they are, how interiors, everything is so perfect. So can't you not even have 1% of that perfection in serving the deities? Okay, forget. The ladies, when they go to some parties or some programs, how perfectly they dress, how long they sit in front of the dressing table. When it comes to deity, jaldi jaldi karo, jaldi jaldi karo. So, so the stories of Vidurani, the stories of Haridas Thakur cannot be an excuse for our laxity in worshipping the deity in our achar and vichar and prachar. That's the whole point. If somebody is using excuse, then gone. If somebody is using it for emphasizing the philosophy of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the essential philosophy of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, where it is said, Smartavya Satam Vishnor, Vismartavya na Jatachit, Sarve Vidinisheda Ashuri, Yetayore Kinkara. All the rules and regulations in the scriptures is meant for only two purposes. What are they? To remember Krishna always and never forget it. So, if the whole purpose of our argument of quoting Vidura and other places where Krishna accepts bhava, not the other externals, it is for the purpose of establishing this point. Everything is secondary to bhava. Because Krishna is bhava ghai janardana, isn't it? But where will the bhava come from? It doesn't come from the air, isn't it? It comes with practice, isn't it? It comes with practice. That's the whole point. Some people say, the verse goes like this. Murkho vadati vishnaya vidvan vadati vishnave ubhayam samam phalam vindet bhavagrahi janardana. Ubhayam samam phalam. Some people say, who is vidwan, who is learned person, he knows. It is Krishna is Krishnaya, Vishnu is Vishnave. It is not Vishnaya. But a murkha or a fool, what does he say? If Krishna is Krishnaya, Vishnu should be Vishnaya only. Isn't it? It's wrong. Vishnu is wrong. But Obhayam Samam Phalam Vindet. Both of them will get the same benefit. Why? Because Krishna is Bhava Grahi Janardana. Bhava Grahi Janardana. So if some Westerner is not able to chant the verse properly, Bhava Grahi Janardana. But you are born in India, you have Indian background, and you say anything, you say, what is the use? You say, I asked one small little girl, what is your name? She said something I could not understand. Then the mother told, my daughter's name is Radhika. Then I told her, what is your name, please? Then she said, Radhika. Why she should say that? Okay, somebody says that's fine, but you should be trained in pronouncing properly. Isn't it? If you can, you should do that. If you have genetics, you should do that. But if you cannot, then it's fine. It's fine. Bhavagrahi Janardana. So you cannot misuse such statements to compromise our attentive service to Krishna. But those statements should be used to establish that bhava is the purpose of our endeavors. So we stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.